Welcome back to another episode of Grounded. This episode, my goal is to maybe make my way over to the hedge lab, and then after doing that, maybe building my base and finding a nice location for it. So without further ado, if you enjoy what you're about to see, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop into the game. Now, we were in the process of preparing a bunch of bandages for, well, survival, and I need to get more plant fiber to make more. Also, I want to set my inventory up, so we're going to remove that off of there, and instead we're going to put the bandages in this inventory slot. We're actually going to put those in number 3, with eventual food items being in the final slot. I'm going to heal myself up with the 3 bandages I already have. Well, 4 bandages, I guess. Because, yeah, the enemies in this area did manage to pull out, like, knock out some of my health. No, yeah. So to collect more plant fiber because that's what I'm low on when it comes to crafting bandages. Also, wouldn't hurt to grab some, like, other minor resources, right? It's getting ready to be nighttime, and I don't want to be near this lake at night. I do remember that. I also don't want to go near the picnic table. Where's the... Alright, this is the path I want to head down. I definitely want to try to avoid any, like, tough enemies in the game. Like, mites aren't that bad. Right now I want to build a crafting station so I can make myself some armor. And hopefully, after making myself some armor, I can really, like, start handling these spiders a little better. Let's see, anything else? I guess we'll analyze the mite fluff. I can't analyze anymore, so I'll pick up this tape, listen to it while we walk around. Committed suicide.
Previously believed that all the parts of my functional unit were required for operation, but apparently they were not. Perhaps that means I have some extra storage space.
Haha, very philosophical. Do you feel anything else?
Alright,
No,
yeah.
everything appears to be the
Let's
same.
create a
I have
workbench.
come to realize that this world is absolutely covered in filth. It is quite concerning. You may wish to wash your hands before returning to work.
Okay, so let me first build this workbench. I can put everything I already have in there. There we go. So with the workbench being built, I can now start focusing on building up some of my armor, right? Acorn face mask we want to build. Am I out of the stuff for the, whatever. The acorn rope, or the ropes, I must be. Major threat, heavy armor. Okay, so yeah. Let's get more plant fibers, which can be acquired from breaking these stems down at least. So we need that to also make rope. Again, a lot of this stuff is like some basic resources. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording while making this armor, and then I will cut back to after I got the armor made. Ran into a bit of a snag here. Realized I can't make all the pieces of the armor because to make this I need berry chunks, which I think you gotta find in the hedge maze, or the hedge lab area. And to make the acorn legs, you need algae from the lake, or the pond. So while it would be nice to have full, like, high tier armor. Ooh, excuse me. At full high tier armor, we'll make what we can for now, right? Like, it's not that much, like, it's a lot stronger than this one. And the grub vest would be nice, but I know these aren't grubs in this area, and I will show you why they aren't, like, how they aren't grubs. I do need more clover, which I'll also need if I want to make a quick little safe area to sleep in real quick. So, oh, there we go. There's some clover. Grab some sprigs just in case, and some more plant fiber, because I will need both. And I'll grab as many clovers as I can. Again, all this stuff isn't like super important, but it is needed, right? You need a lot of it to do any type of building. So, getting this stuff and presumably also building eventually. Asshole might. And building a strong, like, base would be, like, great, because then I can start doing some resource farming in the using things like the, what is it, I can't remember the name of the building. This spinning wheel, because the spinning wheel would actually help a lot with making crude ropes, because instead of taking 3 plant fibers, it now takes 1 using the spinning wheel. Super important, super great item to have. Again, that's why base building can be great early game. Alright, so what did I already have? Inventory. I should have the acorn mask and the poncho.
Nice and safe.
Yeah, so next last thing I want to make is the shin guards. So we'll craft one. Again, it's not I'm not going to get a set bonus because it's not a set of armor, but it should do the trick. Then we can recycle this, grab my basic resources, and then for the rest of this, I don't really care about it. But what I do care about is quickly building one of these shelters. Sleep till the morning, and then hopefully not have to worry about any, like, nasty creatures. Alright, cool. We can recycle this, and then I guess we'll make our way. It's going to originally go focus on the hedge maze first, but for now, I think we should rather focus on finding ourselves a nice, stable, like, base camp. Okay. Mind your own business, mate. I am taking out a lot of them, but their fuzz can be useful for practical reasons. There's a type of arrow that uses the mite fuzz. I don't remember what type of arrow it is. I don't remember if it's the basic arrows or if it's the later ones. Okay, it is the basic arrows. Okay. Yeah, I definitely wanted to make a bow and arrow. Again, you start off pretty weak early game, so it helps having... Oh god. Oh god. Not what I want to run into. God. I just keep screwing myself over by walking right into, like, the tough enemy areas. And then wondering why I'm getting my ass handed to me. Yeah, we're going to make my way towards probably the pond area. I think that's probably going to be my best bet no matter what. Like, yeah, I said there are some tough enemies in that area, which is why I'm not going to build it specific, like, right at the pond, but definitely want to keep it close by, right? Ooh, looks like a dog got, the dog's awake. Okay, yeah, we don't want to mess with the spiders. Nor do I really want to mess with the ladybug. I don't have the weapons or armor to like protect myself from you. I'm going to pause the recording until I find myself a beautiful base location, and I will unpause it if anything interesting happens. Figured I'd unpause the recording just so you could see me getting a new type of resource. I believe this is clay. Yeah. Oh god, what the hell? Ironic timing, that one. Again, I think that's like your strong suit. Oh god, I'm like messing everything up. How do I... Ooh. Shit, I realized I paused the recording because I got in a phone call and then I forgot to unpause the recording. That is on me. I fully messed that up. Alright, let's see if I can find my backpack again. I will pause the recording and open it back up as soon as I find my backpack, or if something interesting happens. Like, if the giant orb weaver there would attack me, or the mini orb weaver right there were to attack me. All things considered, the mini one's heading straight in my direction, so I'm gonna go over this way. I don't know whether I should keep recording now that there's potential enemy attack, or if I should just follow through my promise of... Well, I guess I'm right next to my backpack. I guess it doesn't matter. I really did get screwed over by a sudden attack from 2 orb weaver enemies. I really want to collect my clay, though. Stupid orb weavers, man. Like, again, they're not super... Like, they're the kind of enemies that, as you get stronger, you begin to just bully them. They really aren't that tough. It's just that I'm really weak right now. Again, I'm going back to pausing it so I can find a good base location. Now, I know I said I was going to unpause it when I found my base location, but I thought it would be interesting if I looked in this cave just to confirm my suspicions.
Let's see what's around here.
I really don't want to go in. But I'm like 90% certain. Oh, maybe not. I don't know why. I could have sworn this was a wolf spider den. Oh, 100% it is a wolf spider den. I see webbing in that cave. I am immediately leaving. Okay. Because I was debating about putting my base in this area if that wasn't a wolf spider cave. But because of the fact that it is a wolf spider cave, we're going to actively try to avoid it. I will report back in if I have any more updates on my potential base locations. I wouldn't mind having it like this close to the spiders because it's not like close enough that I feel dead, like I'm going to die at any moment, but it is still close enough that like there's that little bit of risk if I'm not careful. Alright, cool. I got some pretty good and important upgrade or unlocks there.
Looks like a shriveled up baby's head. Or maybe Mr. Dickerson.
Nice. Alright. With this area, I think, like I said, this area is pretty good. I need a bit of a flat ground to work with, but besides that, I feel like having it be near this analyzer is a great location. And where am I at on the map? I mean, I'm fairly far from where I want to be, which is this area, because it's going to be a far walk. When I start exploring up here, it's going to be a really far walk. But putting it near here can be pretty dangerous because, again, anything near water can spawn mosquitoes, which are very tough early game enemies, but pretty easy late game enemies, right? Oh, there's an orb weaver in this area, though. Again, it's not that I'm like afraid that the spiders are going to be difficult to deal with later in the game, but they're just going to be tough to deal with for now. But yeah, I'm going to do it in this little, like, area down here, right? I think probably most important thing to build first would be a plank pallet if I can, which just requires some crude ropes. Alright, cool. So, I will unpause recording when I start building my base. I saw something over there that's going to be a fun enemy to deal with later, but I've settled on this location, and this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to build the base, and I will... Now, I'm in the middle of building the base currently, and I said I would come back when the base was finished being built, but it turns out the location I chose happens to have a pretty unfriendly resident by the name of a bombardier beetle. Pretty nasty little creatures, and I was hoping that the walls would prevent them from seeing me, but it turns out that could be further from the truth. I really do know how to pick the spots, huh? Alright, I need to run a little bit. What are you guys weak to again? Resistant to chopping, actually. Wow. Dang, spider. I know I'm hungry, game. Food isn't my main concern. I really chose the worst location, though. Bombardier beetles, larvae nearby. It really just is the location of all the problems. Sorry, Mr. Aphid, I'm gonna have to make a roast out of you. Same with you, Mr. Weevil. Now, for that, I need a campfire, which, how do I make a campfire again? Roasting spit, I should say. Ooh, that's a big spider. The problem with the roasting spit is it does take a while for it to actually cook your food.
Someone get that poor dude a tissue.
Yeah. What's your weakness? Chopping. Alright, so you get a weak spot, I think is what it said. Yeah, the rump. Not super useful right now. Wow. Wait for my food to cook. Alright, aphid roast and weevil roast.
Damn! Give me a plate of this.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go... Oh, I guess we could... I'm gonna prepare for a fight with the bombardier beetle, and then I will unpause the recording again so that you guys can be a part of the fight. Alright. After a lot of hassle, base has been completed with a not-so-friendly neighbor on the outside. Somewhere's around here. There he is. Right over there. We're going to set a respawn point here in the base. Honestly, it would be nice to put another door over there, but I don't think I have the materials to make another door, and I don't want to give him another chance to get in here. Because having multiple exits would be nice in case, like, in this case where he's, like, hiding nearby the base. It'd be nice to, like, have an alternate means of getting out of it. Now, I was going to make a sprig bow until I realized it needed a gnat fuzz. So I went back and killed a couple of gnats, but even then that wasn't enough to really I need to get 4, and I only got 2 out of killing the gnats I killed. But with that being said, there are a couple of things I wouldn't mind researching and making. For example, I would love to make a marker. Maybe like temp home base. And we want to set it to have this for now. And then just to differentiate it, we'll make it green. And then I think that's about it for now. What time is it? Okay, I can sleep till morning. That's all I care about. With my, like I said, my eventual goal was to get this base up and running so I can have a spot I can stop by, drop stuff in the storage chest, and make the necessary components I need. Now the thing I wanted to research, oh god damn it, the second I step out, that's just rough. I need to, I had it sworn I had to make a new one. I ate the 2 I had. I was gonna say I need to eat the food I cooked, but I had already done that prior to this. Go in here, quickly analyze this. Oh, I missed the upgrades. Alright, cool. Until I can make a bow, it's just not really feasible to fight him one-on-one right now because, yeah. The easiest way to beat the guy is just from a distance. Because even if you get close to him, his attacks are pretty hard to sustain. I do want to get a smoothie station started. That was something I neglected early on my previous run, because yeah, there are a lot of these can heal you, but they don't heal you much. I'm gonna get myself some algae. So yeah, we're going to focus on getting some of the things that are pretty useful. Like this would be nice, but I don't have the ant parts to make it, and I'll come back for that. A sap catcher could be useful, but I, again, don't really have much use for it currently. The sap is really good, but currently I have nothing nearby that I can use the sap catcher on to get sap. Yes, I know. Hungry and thirsty.
It's no lemon crime, but it's better than nothing.
And then I want to build a roasting spit. Here it is. And then on the roasting spit, I want to cook the 2 gnat meat I have. How? How do you see me through my wall? One of these times I'll get it. This damn fly just keeps landing on my shoulder. And then I want to probably just eat this straight from my inventory. Alright, I can save one of them at least. It's right by my exit. Of course it's going to be right by my exit. Damn, this fly is super annoying though. Alright. I'm going to try to make my way back to where the 2 gnats spawn. Because hopefully by resetting the day, it reset their spawns as well. If that's the case, I might be able to make a weapon to deal with Mr. Bombardier. The problem is like, ideally you'd want a bow and arrow to deal with the gnats because they don't, well, because they fly, so it's hard to hit them when they're flying. I don't remember what your weakness is, but either way, you're dead. Yeah, larvae aren't a problem. Usually you can get a good number of hits on them. It's kind of one of those things that the game kind of tricks you into thinking like it's easy to hit enemies, it's easy to kill them and wipe them out. But enemies like the Bombardier Beetle or the spiders really show you like, no, yeah, there's no way to, like, you can't just spam attack them. You actually have to properly defend yourself from them. Otherwise you're like in a world of trouble.
Meals on wheels.
Fucking flies, I swear to God. Most annoying creatures, man. Alright. Now, that's... Oops, I completely, like, just ran my stamina through, but it's not a big deal. Gnats tend to spawn around this area, right? And more specifically, they go towards this puddle of water from flying. I was hoping that after sleeping through the night, I would get a couple of nests to spawn, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I see a bee up there, but I don't see any gnats, sadly. Which means most likely... Oh, I forgot I picked up one of those. Yeah, with the dandelion, you can, like, glide through the air for a limited period of time. But yeah, sadly it seems like I am not lucky enough to find any gnats. I mean, I could always use my spear against them, which it wouldn't be a bad thing. Oh, I got... Okay, so there's this, like, super, like, rare... Like shiny inspection cards you can get, which you can get them from either killing or scanning the enemies. I got super lucky with the spiderling, it looks like.
Having a little peep.
But because there are no gnat spawns, there is one other option I can do, which is make a bunch of spears to throw, which to me isn't ideal, but it is possible. How much would it cost me to craft a couple of spears? Oh, so what kind of damage is this? I don't know what kind of damage this deals, but it looks like it's, I don't know. I can make a couple of those, but I don't think it's worth it. Right? Like, I think it'd be more worth my time. Because there's no way to, like, block the Bombardier Beetle's attacks, because it's an area of effect attack. So, I guess our only bet is to, like, charge in there with full health and enough resources that we could probably survive. Granted, it's going to eventually respawn. Just the nature of these types of games, that the enemies eventually respawn. Makes more sense, because it's like, oh, you're... How'd you get in my base? How'd you get in my base? Seriously? I seriously do gotta move my base, though, because this is, like, not gonna work out. Come here. Come on out of my base. What are you doing in my house? Yeah, get stunned, loser. Yeah. Destroyed the Bombardier Beetle. Nice. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up having to move my base somewhere else, because this is like not as prime of a location as I thought it was going to be. Which, it's not the end of the world. It just kind of sucks. Because like I spent like a good like half-hour building this base, and now it's like, oh well, never mind. Well, if we're including the time it took to like try to like escape from the Bombardier while building the base, it took me way longer.
Someone get that poor dude a tissue.
All right, but because of that though, I might probably end up moving my base to a different location that's much safer. Having to fight potentially him every time I get back to my base doesn't sound a good idea. Maybe if I move this way. Hold on, I'm gonna again pause recording while I try to find a better location. Don't listen to that screen, it lies. I wish I was recording. I was in the middle of collecting resources for the second base. That's not going to be, in the middle of enemy heaven. And I was wiped out by a random wandering wolf spider in the middle of the day, which they shouldn't be wandering in the middle of the day. Thankfully, my spawn location is still relatively close. But I'm wondering if I could, because I was, like I said, just middle of chopping down stuff just so I could start moving things over to a new base. And I was in the middle of building said new base. I was not expecting the middle of the day wolf spider to come crashing my parade. Yeah, there's a spiderling that came up to me, and I was like, whatever, it's just a spiderling. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Annoying ass spiders. Yeah, I would love to be able to make a shield to fight like these spiderlings and stuff to increase my like survival chance. But sorry, I wasn't talking that entire time I was fighting because I was so flabbergasted. Because I was up here collecting resources, I was collecting these dandelion stems, which become, you know, very important. Like, they're like slightly stronger than grass. And you can get them from various sources, but right now, my axe, since it's only level 1, can only get them from, you know, dandelions. Eventually I'll be able to get it from these types of, like I think they're called tough weeds or husky weeds or something like that. And so yeah. Don't know how that happened, but fucking wolf spider kicked my ass. Sorry, Mr. Weevil. I needed your meat for food. Yeah, I want to make this just so I can get those ones, so it's easier to like get the tough weeds or tough reeds or whatever they're called. But in order to make one, I need to kill a ladybug and like 2 more bombardiers. Right? Because I should only have 1 bombardier part. I think that's in my other chest, isn't it? Also, with all this like harvesting of the grass, I've gotten a ton of plant fiber. Okay, so trying to avoid the deadly mistakes I made yesterday, I'm going to go back to harvesting dandelions. I will unpause the recording once more when something interesting happens again, or if I, you know, manage to finally finish building the base I'm working on. I figured while I was in the area working on my new base, I figured I might as well do this mission where it's like spend raw science. Cause, yeah, it keeps about like I keep seeing it, and I'm like I might as well do it eventually. Cooking 101, multi-story bases, padlet foundation, fortified bases, torch upgrades, meat shield, team spirit, science scanner. I got 4,000. Smithing station would be nice to have, but I'm not going to upgrade any weapons yet, just because that would require more than I'm willing to put into it for now. There. I spent science. Now we'll stop bugging me about it on my little hut there. But I figured you guys want to see that. Base is pretty much done. Just got to get the last few reeds for the door and then transfer most of the stuff from old base to new base. I know this episode has been mostly base building when I said I was going to do other stuff, but I chose a really poor spot in the beginning, and that's on me. So here's what the base looks like so far. We got these sturdy walls, stem walls, and I'm going to make a stem door, but I need to get more wheat stems to finish that off. After I transfer everything over to the new base, I will unpause once again and discuss what we're doing from there. Oop, I don't think that worked. Alrighty. For the most part, I'm done building the base, and I moved my workbench over here now. So I should be able to make the things I wanted to make. Oh, I didn't realize I had the Weevil shield unlocked. Nice. Alright, so I'm probably gonna want to craft that soon as well. Let's see. There's a couple things I wanted to focus on. Yeah. I wanted to get the acorn legs because I did get some algae because I am by the water. I also want to eventually like make some red ant armor, only for a specific reason that red ant armor has the, yeah, it's got a set bonus of increasing your carrying capacity, which makes it super useful in like
You can be smart, fast, lucky, or just wear some armor.
but yeah, it can make it super useful when you're doing any base building type shenanigans, right? Shit, what was the button again? I think it's N. Yeah, N for like hot deposits everything. What time is it? 17. Getting close to when I need to like go to sleep. Yeah, got like 4 minutes. I didn't think I could actually jump all the way up here. So, the plan now is to this next episode is I'm gonna do it while I go grab the last, like the stems for this. I was gonna grab them while I had the stuff I was relocating, but I figured it was just like I didn't want, like I was already at the tree by the time I realized I'd forgotten it, so it's not a big deal. I figured I'd go back and for it. But while I'm collecting those resources, we can discuss the since the fact that this episode, again, I've been trying to like reduce the like length of some episodes of like some videos, especially ones that are solo YouTube videos. I don't want them to being like 2-3 hours long. Obviously, I don't ever really upload 2-3 hour long videos. Usually only like an hour. But I'm trying to avoid even just like the hour long videos, because I know that can be tough for a new channel to like have people grow it, like to grow your channel when you're like producing content like that, because not everybody wants to watch a video of that length. Something more akin to like 10-20 minutes is usually the sweet spot. Not 10-20 minutes, like roughly 30 minutes is like the length you want to aim for. So we're trying to keep things around that mark. So when I finish up the base, I'm going to call that for the episode, and possibly start the recording for the next episode, with the focus the next episode going to be then the locating and like traveling to the hedge lab area and locating the super burgle chip, right? That is at least the plan for next episode. I do want to get a berry chunk, which will allow me to craft a full set of acorn armor. Which will give me like the highest defense I can have right now with my current level of armor, before going in there and putting myself in danger. Can you move? Thank you. With that being said, my base is now officially completed, and that marks the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever. If you enjoy what you watch, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and bye-bye.